Tonight, we have for you a brand new True Stories.
Yeah! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. You're all fucking welcome.
It's True Stories Radio. We're here live with the active legend. You know, sometimes people like to date cats like they ain't putting work in. Right. Active legend, DJ Premier.
I'm active.
You know what I'm saying? We took a time off. We're with the porn stars and the strippers to interview hip-hop heads today. We're talking, I don't know if you're familiar with...
Listen, I've been going to porn conventions for the last 7 years in Vegas. Everybody knows me. Right, I'm official, so that's a whole nother story right there.
Everybody's excited for this new project you got coming out right now. What is it about, real quick?
Well, I have an independent label called Year Round Records, and all those projects I just showed you were supposed to come out this year, and they got to be 150 million%, perfected. And I wasn't ready yet to make the end of the quarter, so I said, you know what, let's put all this out for 2011, but let's put out a compilation album of everything from all of those albums and the other projects that I'm doing on the side. I have a project I'm doing with Pete Rock called Pete Rock versus Premier, where he takes 6 artists that he can't tell me who it is. I can't tell him who I'm getting, and we do the songs, and then we put it out as a battle type of a thing, but everybody's spitting their rhymes. I'll get one away that's going to be on it for mine, and just one is the Jizza. So shout to the Jizza, that's the homie. Shout to the Woo, R.I.P. to Old Dirty, and that's the only one I'm giving away. The other 5 years.
Let's talk about this album, because
for sure.
What sound are you bringing? The reason why I ask, because when I heard that you were from Texas, everybody's like, for real? Because everybody considers you a New York treasure and icon.
And I am. Yeah, I am that.
And you've developed a New York sound.
Yeah.
The New York hip hop sound that we know, that's your credit.
Right.
Ain't nobody gonna take that. I said that shit.
Yeah, bet that. Well, the thing is, when I came to New York, I was in the 5th grade, so I was here before the blackout in '77. I was here when it happened, and I got to catch a lot of things. I got to see b-boys breaking in 1978, in 1975, where it was a new thing, and when I saw it, I was like, that's me. I want to do that. And my grandfather was a big baseball fan, so we used to go to a lot of baseball games back in the days, and when he used to take us, he would always take me to the video. I was a kid. I was into arcades and playing video games and pinball machines, and that's where I saw the b-boys trying to break for money, and they'd have the big boom box and the matching outfits with the letters curved and the old English letters, and all that stuff right there made me be like, yo, that's me. And then as I got older, the whole rap came out in '79 with vinyl and actual physical records, where I was like, yo, I'm gonna do that as my future. The name of the album that I'm dropping is called DJ Premier Presents Year Round Records, and the slogan is Get Used to Us. And like I said, NYGs is one of I have 3 artists signed to my label. NYGs, they're from the Bronx and Uptown. It's Panchy is one of the members, who is also my co-host on my radio show I do every Friday night from 10 to midnight on Sirius XM satellite radio. It's called Live from Headquarters. We only break new hip-hop that I think is dope. If I don't like it, it doesn't get played whatsoever. No money. I don't care if it's $1 million. I just got to lose the $1 million, because it's got to be something I can stand on with my name behind it, because I don't co-sign just anything. And I think that's one of the problems in why a lot of whack shit got in.
Are you okay with the direction of the music, or do you feel that, because there are times I feel that we're missing some type of aggressiveness sometimes?
Well, I look at it like this. Everybody, it's just like I used this analogy earlier. It's like ice cream. I don't like mint ice cream, but it's still ice cream. I like Jamocha almond fudge. That's ice cream, but that's Baskin Robbins. But then I like New York Super Fudge Chunk, and that's Ben & Jerry's, but it's still ice cream.
All right.
So every flavor is welcomed in the culture. But if you're in the culture, being that hip-hop is a culture and it comes from the ghetto of the black and Latino ghettos all around New York, you gotta definitely respect the history and respect the guys that did it before you. If you feel like, oh, we're old, or all them old niggas, y'all had your turn, nah, you can't talk like that, because we can shut you down at any time because we know more than you. You only know what you know from a certain distance of the culture. I know it from before it even started. I know about the gangbangers that existed before Crips and Bloods in New York, because even that, having Crips and Bloods in New York still mind boggles me, because that's not a New York thing. That's West Coast. That's the Midwest. You know, and you bringing it up here thinking y'all know the history. I bet I know more about Crippin' and Bloodin' than y'all do, and y'all bang.
Because you're working on the artists that you want to develop right now. You want to give a lot of up-and-coming cats. Any mega artists come up to you as of right now? Got projects coming up?
Yeah, well, I'm working on Busta Rhymes' new album, so we're doing that. I just did a joint with the Game called Born in the Trap, and now I'm doing a second one with Game. So, and it came out dope, real gutter. So, you know, I'll be on Game's album. I did scratches for Kanye's new album. I did a beat for him too, but we ended up not using it. But I did scratches for him on a joint called Mama's Boy. So that's gonna be on I think the bonus album with the extra songs. So I just did that last week. It was last minute. He called me and said I need that. So I laced him with like 7 different variations of cuts and let him do his own thing on the mix. And so that'll be coming out. And then me and Mary J. Blige have hooked up. We haven't done anything yet that she's chosen, but she's just starting. She's only like maybe 4 or 5 songs deep. Right. So I told her, yo, we're gonna keep nailing it until you get something that you like. But I definitely want to work with Mary.
I've always felt like Jay-Z always took your instrumentals to another level.
Thank you, man.
It's just like when I hear it, it's like, Jigga man, you're rich, take that do-rag off. And the pianos on there, I was like, I used to just rewind it back. Jigga man, you're rich.
That's what's up. Shout to Hov. We just ran into each other the other day at one of Mary J. Blige's sessions. We talked about getting together on the next project, so hope that happens. You know, I love working with Jay. He's a guarantee. You know.
Oh yeah. It meant a lot that BET gave you that platform, and they let you
shout
speak.
To Stephen Hill, shout to Jesse Collins and John Cassette for letting me do that. They asked me how I wanted. I was upset with them when they didn't do it at the BET Awards. So when I saw Stephen Hill at the Rock the Bells concert, he was with Jay-Z and Beyonce and Alicia Keys and Swiss and who else was there? Chris Rock. Jerry Wonder, shout to Jerry. Right. We were all just chilling, and I saw Steven on his BlackBerry squatting down. He had a little downtime, and I was like, "Yo, man, so it's a good time to tell you I was disappointed, huh?" And he's like, "Yo," he said, "Man, what can we do to make it right?" I was like, "Yo, man, let me talk on the show." And he was like, you know, write out what you want to say. And I was like, nah, I got to just do it off my head.
I peeped that too.
They were like, well, we need you to just write it. It can be off how you feel from your head, but we got to read a teleprompter. I'm like, yeah, but then it'll look like it's rehearsed. I can just walk out there and face everybody. I know I'm a professional. If you're a professional, you can face anybody. Say what you got to say. As long as it's from here, it's going to come out right. And they let me do it that way. And we edited some of it because I went like 5 minutes, and I spoke about how me and Guru got together and blew up when it was hard to make it in New York. So I explained all of that to the crowd, but we edited, and even with the edits, they let me do it along with them, where we could come to a compromise where it still looked effective and got all the points across.
Because we interview a lot of porn stars, and we're like my nigga like to say the trashless whores.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? I remember I saw you did the interview with Peter Rosenberg, and you mentioned the porn.
Right.
Have you ever made a what is it called? A porn score for any film?
Yeah, I actually did some for for my shout out to my man Joey Silvera. He does Joey Silvera is a legendary porn star of the 70s. If you know, do your homework, he's a very big legend, and he works for Evil Angel, where he does he does all the Hellcats series. He does all the black what's it called? Oh man, the black series he does. I forgot the name of it, but Joey has again is a legend. He does some really disgustingly raunchy stuff. Like you gotta be open minded to even be able to deal with the stuff he puts out, because it's that extreme on how the girls get treated. And the thing is, the girls are getting treated that way because they like it, not because they're doing it against their will. And that's the thing that bothers me about porn anyway. That the people are trying to shut it down. these people that do porn are consenting adults who are enjoying their job. So if they're enjoying their job, there are different extremes of sex. So if you like to be smacked and spit on and your hair yanked and your face mashed in the ground with licking up some cum off the floor, what's the big deal?
That's what I'm talking
What's
about.
the big deal?
Yo, two porn stars you'd like to have a threesome with, sir?
If I was still in that mode, I would say Belladonna.
All right.
Who's one of the illest in porn. I mean, people can't even mess with her. And I would say I like Ayana Angel. I think she's not in the business no more, but she's from Atlanta. But
I know you're talking
about.
about.
Ayana Angel.
She got the wicked titties.
She always goes, more lube, more lube.
More.
Back in the gem star, stepping on the roarers. Chefing in the kitchen, you would think I'm whipping balls. Niggas catching sniffles off the whip, they getting nauseous. Fall from that middleman, step into my office. Bosses, office, chief of that Manteca. Donne Montana, when I'm pulling on my hammer. DMX and belly with the silencer. Squeezing on, catch him at the light. I'm in the sky with the squeegee dog.
Gonna digest poison or lethal injection. Bottle of codeine to wash it down if you stress.